In the pre-flood world, human longevity extended over 900 years, where enigmatic beings known as the NEPHILIM interacted with mankind, and amazing creatures like the Leviathan dominated the oceans. In this distant era, humanity experienced an existence marked by a beauty and complexity that challenges our modern understanding. Giants walked among men, while wickedness spread rapidly, corrupting every heart and mind and creating an environment saturated with violence and degradation. This mysterious period is a fascinating enigma filled with divine warnings that resonate to this day. Join us on this journey into the past, where we will explore the mysteries and truths behind the pre-flood world. To understand the pre-anti-flood universe, it is essential to start with the origin. The Creator gave form to the cosmos, the earth, and all forms of life. Adam and Eve represented the first humans, residing in paradise, a place of beauty and balance. However, by disobeying the Creator, by consuming the forbidden fruit, they were exiled from Eden, resulting in drastic changes in earthly life. These progenitors begat offspring, beginning with Cain and Abel, thus expanding their lineage. Humanity has multiplied, but it has also inherited the stain of original sin, leading it to a progressive departure from Edenic innocence. Later generations carried with them both the gifts and the imperfections of their predecessors, setting the stage for the pre-flood world. In ancient times, the earth pulsed with a unique vitality, distinct from the landscape we know today. According to the scriptures, a majestic river flowed, dividing into four arms that snaked through the earth, bathing it in its generosity. It was not by rain that the earth was nourished, but by a mysterious vapor that ascended from the ends of the earth, caressing the soil with its beneficial moisture. In that distant era, the earth was a pleasant place of verdant exuberance, a sanctuary for a great many plants and animals that today you can only imagine. Biodiversity reigned supreme, and imagination runs free as it contemplates the creatures and flora that adorn that antediluvian paradise. Some theories dare to suggest the presence of now-extinct beings, such as the gigantic dinosaurs, among the inhabitants of this primordial Eden, further extending the limits of our imagination about that lost world. In those ancient times, society was shaped by simple and essential activities, where shepherds tended their herds, farmers cultivated fertile land, and some visionaries ventured into city building, raising testimonies of civilization amid the vastness of nature. No in tanto mesmo diante dessa apparente simplicidade, as sombras da desobediencia paravam sobre a humanidade. O coração humano se desviava dos caminhos de Deus, afundando se em humatia de mentiras, roubo e conflitos fratricidas, insatisfação divina e evidente. In those days forgotten by time, the years stretched like endless rivers, and the longevity of human beings defied the limits of modern understanding. Some reach almost mythical eras, such as the legendary Methuselah, whose steps wandered for more than 9 centuries. Bible scholars, in their quest to understand the mysteries of the past, offer several theories to explain this phenomenon. Some point to the purity of the environment and the lower incidence of diseases, while others highlight divine intervention as the decisive factor. Yet a shadow hung over this outsized longevity, the growing moral corruption of humanity. In response to this spiritual decay, God set a limit to the length of human life, reducing it to 120 years as a warning sign in the face of the need for redemption and moral righteousness. Genesis 6:3. Thus, the reduction of longevity was not just a natural event, but a divine intervention, a solemn reminder of human responsibility before the Creator and the universe around us. The biblical passage about the Nephilim, beings of gigantic stature, raises three main interpretations. First, fallen angels. Some believe that the sons of God were fallen angels who joined human women, begetting the Nephilim. Second, tyrannical rulers. Others suggest that the sons of God were powerful human leaders who took women of their choice, begetting descendants who excelled in influence or power. And third, mixing of lineages. A more humanized view suggests that the sons of God were righteous descendants of Seth, while the daughters of men were descendants of Cain. The union between these bloodlines resulted in the Nephilim, whose presence on earth contributed to their dishonesty. The accounts of the Nephilim are associated with the observation of Israel's spies in Numbers 13-33, who describe the earth's inhabitants as giants, fueling speculation about a possible connection with figures such as Goliath. However, there is no clear consensus among biblical scholars on this relationship. Leviathan, described in several books of the Bible, is a colossal creature that symbolizes indomitable strength and danger. Its depiction ranges from a sea beast, the devil himself, and even a dragon. Some scholars associate it with a sea creature, while others consider it a crocodile or a sea monster. His existence in the pre-flood world reflects an environment full of mysteries and wonders, where God demonstrated his power and eventually his judgment. Leviathan serves as a reminder of human frailty and the need to depend on God. In the ancient world before the flood, wickedness dominated people's hearts, which moved away from God's principles and indulged in nefarious behaviors such as lying, stealing, and violence. The situation deeply saddened God, who saw the urgent need for drastic intervention. Despite his unconditional love, God is also a just God, and in the face of unbridled corruption, he decided to purify the earth through a devastating flood. This flood, expected to last 40 days and nights, would be the means to cleanse the world of all the evil that afflicted it. However, in his infinite mercy, God offered a chance of escape. He chose Noah, an upright man, to build an ark that would serve as a refuge not only for him and his family, but also for a representation of each animal species. Thus, the flood not only represented a divine judgment, but was also a symbol of renewal and hope. It was a necessary reboot to restore purity on earth and offer humanity a new opportunity. The waters of the flood, while tragic, also signaled a new beginning for creation. The story of the flood reminds us of the importance of seeking to follow God's ways in our lives. God wants the best for us, but he also expects us as human beings to do our part to cultivate goodness and justice in our actions. Therefore, it is essential to always remember to do good, to act righteously, and to follow the divine teachings. By doing so, we contribute to a more harmonious world and prevent tragic events such as the flood, from occurring. May we be inspired by this ancient lesson and continue to seek to live according to the values of love, compassion, and justice that God teaches us.